In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the top Amazon gear for your bug out bag or get home bag. And I'm going to show you some of my favorites. Stick around. All right, so in today's video, I really want to cover a lot of my favorite finds from Amazon that I've been acquiring over the past few years, and hopefully give you guys some ideas of things that you can look to get if you're building or upgrading your get home bag, your bug out bag, your go bag, whatever you want to call it, whatever kind of bag you're putting together. It has some of the same core equipment that you're going to need, and there's really a lot of good gear on Amazon and some great deals. And if you're an Amazon Prime member anyway, and you're out shopping Amazon all the time for your family, there is some fantastic outdoor gear that will work absolutely 100% for prepping, bugging out, get home, even camping and bushcraft. So these are items that I've found. Some of them are recent finds, and some of the things that I've had for a little bit of time and I've tested, and I want to share them with you and see what you guys think. So if you like this kind of content, do me a favor, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think of some of this stuff, maybe some of your favorite finds on Amazon. And then if you like this content, please subscribe. That helps me out quite a bit. Okay, disclaimer for this video today. This video is not, and I repeat not, an all-inclusive video of all the gear that you should have for a bug out bag or get home bag. I've done those videos before. Other people have done those videos. This is simply a highlight of certain gear that I have found recently and been using on Amazon. That's all it is. There are a lot of things that I'm not showing that you should have in your bag. So go back to my videos, go look at other people's videos and get ideas to build your list and to build your get home bag. So let's get right into it. What do we have today? Well, the first thing we're going to look at is this bag right here. This is from Shangri-La. This is their chest pack, and I recently found this, like very recently, like within a couple weeks, and I could not believe the price. It is $19.99, something like that. Now that was, I think it's on sale. It may be a little bit more now, but when I got it, I could not believe the price. And what I was looking for is an affordable chest pack on Amazon that everybody could get a hold of easily and not spend a ton of money. Something that could hold my concealed carry pistol, because I think if you're bugging out or getting home, if you have a go bag, protection is very important. It is to me. So I wanted a chest rig that is low profile, isn't screaming tactical. It looks like something that you would wear when you're out hiking, and this is what I found, and when I got it, I was blown away. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at it and see what this thing has. All right, chest pack from Shangri-La. First thing we have is we have webbing on the outside, so if you want to attach tools, knives, pouches, you're able to do that. But we have a Velcro pouch on the front that has a stretchy material. So this really, I think, is perfect for, putting your cell phone, because it's something you can get to quickly, easily. Then we have a zippered pouch behind that, and that's pretty generous too, good size. That'll fit my iPhone pretty easily. So get a couple options there for outside storage. Underneath there are 2 rows of this moly webbing, and I'm able to attach my knife to that, and we'll be talking about that here in a little bit because this is another Amazon find, but let's stick with the pack for now. The front compartment, this is really nice. They've done a really nice job figuring this out. So we have 2 large pockets in the back with elastic on the front, and then we have 3 mesh pockets on the face, and that has elastic as well of different sizes, so you can secure some smaller items. And then what's really nice about this is they've actually sewn in some wings so that this thing opens up. It does not flop open completely, and you don't lose the contents. It kind of keeps everything open, and it doesn't have cord like some of the other ones does, so you don't get hung up on it. This wing is all you really need. It's a very minimalist design, but it does a very nice job of organizing all those little things that you need. So we've got compass, notebook, 550 cord, got my ace beam flashlight, got some water purification tablets, a lighter, tons of room in here to add more stuff. And then we go into this compartment, the back compartment, and that is where the concealed pistol goes. And it does come with a holster, and the holster also has a removable thumb strap or retention strap. You don't have to use that. I don't feel it's needed inside of this size pack, but it does come with it. This is fully adjustable and removable, so you can adjust the size of the pistol. Now, this is a smaller pack. You're not going to get a really large pistol in this thing, but my subcompact fits perfectly. I've also got elastic loops here, and that's a good place to put my spare mag. And then you'll notice these tabs right here. Well, what this does is this sticks out when this is zipped up. And then when you're opening this pack, you're actually pulling on this tab, and that releases that zipper and helps pull that panel down quicker so you can access your firearm quickly. Back of the chest pack, nice mesh padded panel, so that's going to help with keeping you cool, but also giving you some protection so that your gun's not rubbing up against your chest. And then we have release buckles on all 4 points. And then a mesh panel that goes on the back for breathability. Makes a nice harness that's easily, you can get this thing on and off very easily, and it's very comfortable. I've been wearing it out here today, and I've been really liking it. Okay, next item we'll take a look at is this knife. This is from Civivi. This is the Gander. You know, they sent me this knife to review and to take a look at, and I've been messing around with it for a while now. And I really like it a lot. I love how comfortable this thing is. It's a nice blade. I love the deep belly. Micarta handles. It's a stainless steel blade, but it's just the perfect size for a all-around task knife. You can do a lot of different things with this. I feel that if you're really doing a get-home bag or go bag, you don't need a huge knife dangling on your side. You just want something that you can get to quickly, you can access, you can do some cutting tasks, some quick chores, and this does that perfectly. Civivi does a nice job, and I think this thing is around, I want to say just under $80. Comes with a nice Kydex sheath. Also comes with a clip, belt clip, that you can take on or off and reposition, and it fits perfectly on the bottom of my chest pack, so I can get to it very easily and have a nice accessible blade. Another super important item is backpacks. People always want to know, you know, what kind of backpack they should be getting for bug out or get home go bags. And I've been testing a lot of different ones. I've had a lot of different ones over the years, and this is one that I got recently from a company called Amheh. And I was really surprised by this bag. I got to tell you the truth. I didn't have high hopes for it. I thought, well, we'll check it out and see what it's all about. And it really turned out to be a fantastic backpack. It's very well made, very well thought out, and it has a lot of features. So let's go through the features and see what you guys think. This is a 32-liter tactical backpack. You can get this on Amazon. Very fair price point, under $100. Has a lot of features. Now, what I've done is to mine, I've added this shock cord to the front of it that gives me the ability to add additional items as I'm on the go, quick grab items. I've also added this water bottle pouch. This is from One Tigress that fits on there nicely. Gives me quick access to my water bottle. I like to have my water bottles on the outside of my packs, not on the inside, so I can quickly grab them. And One of the Amazon finds, of course, is the old Clean Canteen 40 ounce. I think these are out of stock right now, but they come and go on Amazon all the time. So that's a good item to have, a stainless steel bottle, single wall. You can boil in that, but it does a good job. The pack has a large front pocket. Goes down to about here, so it's a good place for maps. Then we have what I would consider an admin pocket. Got mesh here. Got a couple big slots here, good for radios, things like that. More documentation go here. I've got a mini saw and another blade in here. We'll talk about those here in a little bit. But a nice admin area to store all your stuff. The zippers are nice too. They actually move very nicely, very smooth. A pocket up here. Of course, there's a Velcro field. It does come with a logo patch, so I took that off. You can put anything you want on here, but of course, if you're bugging out or trying to be more stealthy, you would not have any patches on there. But there is a nice pouch in here that has some mesh. And then I've got a couple more items that I've gotten on Amazon. This is my multi-tool. This is the Leatherman Rebar. Very minimalist multi-tool. You don't need a lot, but you do need something to do repairs in the field. And I like the rebar because it is actually pretty lightweight. Comes with a nice sheath. I've got my Silcock Key. You can get these on Amazon all day. They're like under $8, $9, something like that. This one is actually metal, so it's going to work and not break on me. And then there's a couple mesh pockets in here. I've got my headlamp. This is from Princeton Tec. This is the Bite. I've shown this in a lot of videos, and I like this one in particular because the first light that when you turn it on is a red light. So I think that's important. And it is battery operated. And then of course, battery caddy with some extra batteries. The pack has these side pockets, which are kind of interesting because they're almost like admin pockets on their own. They're flat, but they come all the way open and create these wings. And then you got mesh in here, and you've got some organizers in here. There's actually a lot of pockets, and it's almost too much for me, but I think if you have a lot of small stuff and you want to organize it, you can. Then this is the Nest Out battery pack, so I think it's important to have a battery pack of some sort. Everybody carries a cell phone. If you're carrying any kind of radios or electronics, you want to have some kind of battery backup. So the Nest Outs, I really like these because they are very water resistant. They have a nice cap that seals and has an O-ring on it. They're very durable. And then if you're going to carry something like that, pick up one of these cords that has multiple adapters on it so it fits different things. That way, if you run into somebody who has a different phone than you or a different device, you can help them out. Or if you have different electronics, like I have an iPhone, but I also have other stuff. Now, currently everything I think is USB-C, but at one time, Apple had its own charging thing. So that's the side pocket. You can see, really nice padded back panel with good channels built into it. You can tell that this is really good stitching. They've done a nice job with this. And then this is your hydration area back here. And there is a strap that's going to support the hydration bladder. And here I've got my bladder that I picked this up off of Amazon. This is from, I think, Marchway is the name of the company. I'll have links down for all this stuff down below, so if you're interested in it. Very inexpensive, but it's very similar to a Camelback. And then I added this MSR inline filter. This is actually military surplus. You can pick these up pretty cheaply on eBay, but it attaches in line, so now I can fill this with dirty water and just keep walking and not have to worry about stopping to do a lot of refills or waiting for water to get clean. Now this Amheh pack does come with a removable waist belt, and it's really not a supporting belt, it's more of a stabilization belt, so I don't feel like I need it with this size pack. 32 liters, what I have in it. I don't need a super thick, heavy-duty belt. And this is one of the big reasons why I really like this pack. So you undo these compression straps on the sides, and then this thing will clamshell open pretty far. And what that allows you to do is to get into the contents of the bag pretty easily. You can see I got a lot of stuff in here. Now we have mesh pocket on the panel here. There is another organizer pocket up here, which I haven't really used it that much. It has some dividers built into it. It'd be a really great place for, you know, pens, flashlights, other tools. And then what I have here is I have my pack cover. This is from M-Tac. This is, I think, under $20 on Amazon right now. You need a good rain cover for your backpack. This one doesn't come with a rain cover, so I purchased one. And then I like that OD green color because that's going to help it blend in a little bit more if I need to ditch my pack in the woods somewhere. So that's M-Tac rain cover. And of course, another thing that you can always get on Amazon are Mountain House meals. Dehydrated meals, I think, are the way to go if you're bugging out or trying to get home, because you don't want to be spending a lot of time cooking. You just add hot water and you can start eating. And then even if these are cold, you can roll them up, stick them back in your bag, and eat them cold later. So they're good calories and they're inexpensive. They're under $12 per meal. Some other items that I like to carry with me and that I found on Amazon is this USGI Industries rain poncho. This is probably one of the better non-military ponchos I've found. It's a little pricey. It's around $45, but it does a really good job. It has good coverage, and I'll show this to you here in a minute. And then have some cordage. This is from Atwood. This is their new cordage dispenser for 550 cord. It comes with 550 cord. I think this is 50 feet on here, but what's nice is it has a cutting blade in here that's hidden. You can pop that guard off and then you can cut your cordage. You also have a place to, you know, carabiner to it, to your attach it to your pack, and then it has storage at the bottom for your Bic lighter. So it's a nice little system, keeps everything contained. Need cordage to set up shelters for sure, and to tie off other gear. And 50 feet, that's a good amount. You can do a lot with that. Okay, poncho. I'll have the dimensions in the caption here for you. I've shown this poncho before and I've set it up as a shelter, and it does extremely well. It seems like it's durable, but what I like about it, as kind of opposed to some of the military ponchos, is it doesn't have that rubbery, sticky feeling on the inside. It has snaps all the way around the perimeter. And I will put this on just so you can see kind of some of the coverage of it. Because sometimes these ponchos, you'll buy these online and they are short. If a poncho is short, it's not going to do any good. So this is well below my knees. Covers my arms, covers my butt. Comes in a variety of camo colors and solid colors, so if that's something you're concerned about. Also has a waist cord on the inside, so I can actually put this around my waist and cinch it up with the cord lock. That way it tightens up around me. But inside the Amheh pack, there is more storage. We've got mesh here, mesh pocket here. We've got side pockets in here, which are great for saws and knives and tools, things like that. You can stick those down in there pretty easily. It's pretty deep, so it's a good access for that kind of stuff. And then back here, I've got the good old reflective blanket. This I think is around $22 on Amazon. You might as well have one of these, because if you're going to be actually spending the night in the woods or on the trail, you need to have something underneath you. You need to have something over you. And then the third piece of the puzzles needs something around you. This is our insulation. So this is from Helicon Tex. This is the Swagman Roll. It is a poncho, insulated poncho that can be worn. You can also use it as a blanket, a ground cloth, and here they even show it being used as an underquilt on a hammock. And it does all those things very well. I want you guys to see this. There's a lot of review videos on Swagman Roll. I've had one in the past, and I did a video on it a long time ago. But I got one of the newer ones recently, and I've been using it. And I actually been using it as my top quilt when I went hammock camping here recently, and it did really well. Kept me warm. But what's cool about this thing is, there again, I got my microphone in here. Once again, a lot of coverage with this. And it has straps that allow you to get it around your waist, tighten it up. So that helps with mobility, but you can wrap up in this thing, get underneath your poncho shelter and stay warm for the night, but you're not carrying a huge sleeping bag. And I think this has, I want to say, ClimaShield, Apex ClimaShield for the insulation. Another item that I think is really underrated and sometimes forgot about is a dry bag. And with all this gear I have, and especially that Swagman Roll, keeping my gear dry while I'm on the move is really important. And this is from Earthpack. It's a 10-liter dry bag, really inexpensive, you know, $28 range, something like that, 25, under 30 for sure. Has a roll top, but the Swagman Roll, you know, if it's really a downpour and I'm out humping it, I need to keep my gear in my bag dry. I've got that pack cover, and that's good, but an extra layer of protection is the dry bag. And then also, if you know, if I'm collecting any kind of material or items on the move, dry bags are great for doing that. It's also good for storing food because it keeps the odor signature down. So it's a multi-purpose item, and you can also collect water in it. This is a great way to collect a lot of water and store it at a campsite. So a multi-purpose item that doesn't cost a lot of money, and actually this makes the package size of that Swagman Roll smaller than the stuff sack that it came with. And now it is waterproof. Nothing's going to happen to that. I'm not going to snag it, not going to get it wet, get it dirty. So a couple other tool options. So if that Civivi knife is a little too expensive for you, this is a knife I reviewed recently. This is from Odenwolf. This is the W flat. It's a flat grind knife. It's a little bit bigger than the Civivi, but once again, it has a good deep belly, a rubberized handle. It is full tang. It is, I believe, D2 steel. I've sharpened up my spine on mine. It's a really great field knife. I prefer a gas stove or gas cartridge stove over other cook systems for this application. So if you are bugging out, if you are, you know, doing the get home thing, the go bag, you want something that is easy, stealthy, doesn't make a ton of smoke or odor, and these little gas stoves do a fantastic job. This is from Fire Maple. This is the Petrel pot, and then their stove that goes with it. I've used this thing a lot since I got one, I think a year or so ago, and it's kind of been my go-to stove when I go camping. When I'm out on the trail and stuff, I use it quite a bit, and it performs very well. It cooks things incredibly fast, heats up water, and then you just pour that hot water into your dehydrated meal, let that set for about 10 minutes, mix it up, and you got hot food. Familiarity with this company, but this is from Wurkkos, and this is a little flashlight of theirs. This is what they call this, the HDO3. It's a rechargeable light, but what I like about it is it has this clip. And as you can see, I had it clipped to the shoulder strap, but I can also clip this to the bill of a cap and it'll shine down. It's just a nice little flashlight for quick tasks while you're out running around. Has a couple different modes. I think there's a strobe, there's different brightness levels, but it's a nice light. There we go. There you can cycle through the different brightnesses. It's very bright. And it doesn't break the bank. I love this thing. And it does come with this little lanyard, and then there's another lanyard that it comes with that you can clip it on and off stuff. What I've done is I've actually just used a Grimlock and ran that through there. That way, if this does come off that shoulder strap, I'm not going to lose it. So you always want to dummy cord stuff like that. But this will clip right into, oops, turn that on accidentally. That'll clip right into that strap on my shoulder strap, and now I got a task light as I'm hiking. I don't have to grab my headlamp. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Think about subscribing. I try to do a video at least once a week. This is the kind of content I do. I go out and I review gear. I go on camping trips and hikes, and I do a lot of stuff around survival, prepping, bushcraft, and I try to give you guys good ideas on the stuff you should be getting so you're not wasting your money or your time. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.